Hey, I am Merkel Chen. I'm the Deputy Chief of Staff of the Goonswarm Federation and one of the two founders of KarmaFleet, so we're here today.
Let's talk to the representatives here from KarmaFleet. Tell us a little bit more about KarmaFleet and what makes it appealing to new players.
Thanks, Neville. Danielle, thanks for inviting us as well. KarmaFleet, as most of you know, is a part of the Goonswarm Federation, which is 16,874 pilots doing all aspects of EVE Online. KarmaFleet is the largest corporation in Goonswarm. We have just about 3,200 members. We purge every 90 days so we can keep an accurate quantity of how many pilots we've actually got. We don't like a lot of dead wood. We have anywhere between 200 and 500 people online in our corporation alone at any given time. During our larger fleet engagements, you'll definitely see 300, 400, 500 people at a reasonable time. KarmaFleet provides a lot of structure and organization. This is a side effect of being a part of the Goonswarm Federation, which is an alliance that's existed in one way or another for over a decade. We have a lot of infrastructure and support that's provided to us. We're not just a new pilot corporation, we're a new pilot-friendly corporation, so we do have a significant amount of higher skilled pilots, and KarmaFleet as a corporation alone could undock a super capital and Titan fleet that would rival most alliances in EVE. We have programs of basically every nature. We have a FC for ISK program. We pay almost 30 billion ISK a month to our FCs to take fleets out because content ultimately is the most important thing that we can provide with our pilots. We have free cruiser programs, any kind of logistics cruiser, E-War cruiser. You can get those for free, insure them, blow them up. We'll pay you double SRP. Goonswarm Federation has the most generous alliance SRP in all of EVE Online, and KarmaFleet has a standalone SRP program on top of that. So if you're losing ships in PvP, you're actually making money. Why go ratting when you can undock and blow things up and make just as much money? We have a mentorship program where we'll pair you with an experienced pilot if you're newer, just to kind of help you get assimilated, help you get out to Declan, the motherland. We give out free salvage ships, free implants, free exploration ships, 115 different skill books are given to you right when you get there on day one. We'll bring a jump freighter full of your stuff from Jita back to Fortress Lund, completely free of charge, just to help you get adjusted and avoid one of those terrible kill mails of the new guy that's moving out into Nullsec. We have several different 60-day skill plans that we lay out for our newer pilots just to get them started in the right direction, which I guess isn't as much consequence now that you have skill injectors and extractors, but it's still nice not to waste a lot of time when you're just getting going. We, as a member of the Goon Swarm, Goons do things a little bit differently. All of our programs, be it Black Ops, Exploration, Small Gang, Low Sec PvP, etc., are all cross-alliance programs. We don't have tons and tons of corp individuality. We find that why have a corporation that only does, say, mining or only does, say, Black Ops, when you can just grab all of the people of the different various member corps in Goon Swarm, put them into something that we call a squad, which is just an organization within the alliance, and they can focus on their individual activities without having to have a corp that is solely focused on that. Goonswarm Federation does have the largest Apex fleet in EVE Online, so if you're kind of person that likes to see really, really big things on grid or a couple thousand pilots in the same place, this is a very good place to be. Just 2 days ago, we had a battle in Low Sec versus almost everybody in EVE Online. They do call us the Blue Donut. We brought 700 pilots. The bad guys brought 700 pilots too, so this was not any kind of a dog pile or anything like that. The Butcher's Bill was really even in that particular fight, about 90 billion per alliance, or one Titan worth of damage to each alliance, but everybody had a lot of fun, and that's kind of the entire point. We don't get too wrapped up in elite PvP stuff. We're not going to be yelling at you about losing expensive ships. That's something that's every goon's, entitled right. And that's kind of, Declan is kind of known as one of the greatest PvE places in all of EVE. The ratting ticks out there, even for a fairly new and low skill point pilot, rivaled that of high-sec incursions. So why have to wait in a queue in high-sec of all terrible places when you can just hop in an Ishtar and do exactly the same thing? We take out anywhere between 15 and 35 PvP fleets a day Since I've been sitting in this channel 40 minutes, we've pinged 5 different fleets, all various natures. So we have quite a bit to do. Anything that can be done in Eve can be done here, and typically better than anywhere else. Thanks, Neville.
Excellent. Great overview. Thank you so much. I've heard a lot about PvP there as well as exploration. What about industry and other aspects of Eve as well? Does KarmaFleet offer those kinds of educational services to new players as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Declan is kind of renowned for being one of the greatest PvE hubs that there is, as far as regionally speaking. So we do have quite a bit of heavy industrial people. We have a lot of super capital builders. I'm looking in our corp chat right now. I can see there's 3 different multi-box miner guys that have like 15 procurers out or whatever on grid right now. So that's certainly activities that we like to engage in. It's expensive undocking Macarial fleets and T3 fleets every single day, so a lot of our pilots have little alt armies back in Declan, while the main fleet is staged out of Saranin right now, just to help defend our borders from the rabid mob.
If there was any one thing that sets KarmaFleet apart is making it distinctive from other kinds of new player corporations, besides the fact that it's very large, what would that thing be? What aspect of your culture do you think new players would find most appealing?
Well, I can tell you the part that was the most appealing for me, having come from another new player organization, is the infrastructure. Guys like the Matani have been at this for a very, very long time. And we lean on a lot of the supportive services that the Alliance brings. We didn't have to invent a whole lot of things from the ground up as a corporation. The infrastructure that the Goonswarm Federation provides allows a very, very safe and completely laid out atmosphere in which you can engage in any activity that you want. Our wiki, which is an internal wiki, is kind of the Bible of EVE Online. I mean, it's 10 plus years of organizational experience completely distilled down by subject for anything that a new pilot could be interested in. So, even our propaganda department in the Goonswarm is bigger than most corporations in EVE. So anything we do on a very large scale. But as a small individual walking into the organization on day one, you can absolutely find your place very, very quickly.
Excellent. Great overview. Thanks so much. KarmaFleet, you mentioned your strong infrastructure. Would you indicate that would be the differentiating aspect, or what would you say to the question, what do you do better than the other new player groups?
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. We kind of do everything on a large scale. There's really nothing that you could want to do in EVE that you would be lonely in trying to accomplish with us. I mean, from gate camping with Titans, which we frequently do, to, taking out 1,500 ships and several different fleets together. We tend to do things pretty big.
Excellent. KarmaFleet, same question.
Yeah, I'm going to have to echo the sentiments of our friend in Horde. You essentially will never go to HiSec again safely, so you just kind of have to plan around that. We are war decked permanently by a lot of different organizations. And I think the one big dig people take against KarmaFleet and the Goonswarm Federation is our size. That's something a lot of us count as a positive, but there are definitely people that feel like that's a negative, because there's not a lot of chat channels with just 3 or 4 people in them. They're usually pretty big, pretty giant. So, I'm sure there are places that you could track down smaller community, but everything tends to be on a pretty large scale here.
Very good. KarmaFleet, what about you?
KarmaFleet's probably the most organized and well-supported newbie organization or newbie-friendly organization in EVE Online. I mean, we have a budget of 100 billion ISK a month that we spend on new pilots, making sure they can assimilate the life in EVE.
So you want a great infrastructure and a lot of support. That's a great place to go.